Okay, so to get started, if you take a look at your session 1 folder, inside that session 1 folder, there are 2 installer files. This Wacom tablet 6.3.46-1 DMG, that's the one for Macintosh people. If you can go ahead and launch that and run it. And then for the Windows people, it's the Wacom tablet 6.3.46-1 EXE. If you can go ahead and run that installer. We actually need to get the software installed on your computer before your tablet will speak to it. In the Apple software, you get a series of warnings saying, do you want to give control here, blah, blah, blah. Say yes to all of those things. We might also get a security error. If that happens, let me know. I'll show you how to get around it. But if I can get everybody to go ahead and install that software right now, that'd be great. The DMG is for Macs. DMG is for Macs, yes. So I need to see what it says. If you're trying to do it on the school computers, you don't need to. The software is already on the school computers. But I want to see what the security message is anyway. Yeah, you can just hit cancel on that. You don't need to worry about it. It's already on here. Yeah, so guys, if you're working on the big computers in the classroom, the software is already on it. Don't try to install it again.
Is it okay to just format it on this computer and it'll still work when I go home, like on this computer, or do I need to set it up?
No, you got to set it up on this one. And did the people who are also working with the latest, greatest, newest Macs get my message about how to calibrate those monitors? Okay, so here's the story. Yes? Session 1. And see that DMG file right there?
This one?
That one. Double click on it. And it'll just run the installer.
Okay, thank you.
You'll have to answer questions. Yeah, go ahead and run that. So here's the long and the short of it, just so that you understand what's really going on. So with the latest, greatest Mac computers, they actually have an extended color range. So the truth of it is we can calibrate your monitors, but the problem is that it doesn't understand. The software has not been updated to know that that extended color range exists. And as a consequence, you can calibrate your monitor, but it puts it into, it creates a smaller color space for your monitor than your monitor. Your monitor actually has a bigger space to be able to work with. So instead, what they're doing is that the process that I sent to you will actually establish your brightness, which is critical, but it'll also color balance the color temperature of your monitor and set that to 6,500 degrees Kelvin, which pulls out a lot of the color casting. So it's we're talking about, it's like 75% of what you really need to actually get it done. But in terms of improving the way you deal with color and the way color is ultimately reproduced and what you see in a print will be close to your screen, it's still really critical for you guys to do that. So if, since I haven't shown that because, again, I don't have one of those computers to show it, I'm more than happy to get together. If you've tried the process and it didn't work or something went wrong or whatever, let me know and we can get together and we'll figure it out. All right, so for everybody else, is this software installed? Did it work? Is that a hand up, yes it did, or no? Hit go back. Hit go back. go ahead and close that part up. Come up to your Apple menu and go down to About This Mac.
That's probably because it's not updated.
Hi Sierra, you should be good on that. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's try again. You can close that up. Double click on the installer again. Go ahead and continue, continue, agree.
Looks like that.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna find an older version. That's what we need to do. We need to find an older version of this driver for you because this is an older software. And we'll do it during the break, okay? Did this work for everyone else?
It's saying go to my system preferences.
Right, so this is the part, the security part right here. So go to your system preferences, push that off to the side. In privacy right here, first off you need to unlock that, so click on it and put in your password. Or yeah, use your finger. And then we're going to do, scroll down,
Accessibility.
no, screen recording. That's where I think it goes. Take it back, scroll back up again. Let's do location one more time.
I think it's an accessibility.
Is it accessibility?
It's also an input monitoring.
Okay, great, thanks. So click on plus. And we need to go to, do just a quick search for Wacom. Hit cancel.
Oh, it says.
It says it already should be in there,
Make
so
sure
click
all of
on,
them are
yeah,
checked.
hit try again. And it should be listed, oh, here it is right here. I'm looking at the column. Click on that. Good, and then come up to, or down to, input, and click on that one. Is it just, okay, that's fine, you can hit quit and reopen. Was it just input monitoring and accessibility, do we know?
It's the only ones I could find.
Okay, great, perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Just wait.
yeah, you don't need to do any of this. This is all set up for you on this. Okay, hopefully when you get that done, you will get this thing called the Wacom, I forget what they call it, Control Center or something like that. Yeah, the desktop center right here. This is pretty worthless in my opinion. I don't really use this a lot. It would be a place to check for updates or that sort of thing, but that's not really what where we need to set up the preferences for this tablet. So in my case, mine doesn't show up because mine's Bluetooth, but now it showed up. For you guys, again, if this is like showed up, you don't necessarily need to quit it, but you certainly don't need to look at it, so you can just close the window. We won't really go back to it, and most likely. The place that you actually set this up, on a Macintosh, come up to the Apple menu and come down to System Preferences. And at the very bottom of System Preferences, you should get Wacom Tablet. If you click on that, it'll actually open up and give you something that looks like this screen up here. For the people who are doing Windows, it's under your Device Manager. It's either Device Manager or Control Panels. I forget where it is on Windows. You could also just do a quick search for Wacom on a Windows machine. But basically, it's a place where you would set preferences for any external device. So, you know, the way you would set up a mouse or yeah, anything like that. So can you find it? it's not the end of the world if you can't, hopefully, because the tablet by default sets up pretty well. Okay, so for everybody else, I'll wait until you get your tablet plugged in. You shouldn't have to restart your computer. Did you try to install the software though?
Yeah.
On that computer?
You said it was already on the computer because
It is already on the computer.
but it's saying that there's a problem. Like, you might have to log out and log back in.
Okay, yeah, just try a quick restart and let's see what happens. May as well try a restart as well. All right, then just go up to your Apple menu. Click on System Preferences. And see Tablet at the very bottom. Click on that. All right, so we need to look at, go up to your Apple menu one more time. Come down to About This Mac. Monterey, okay. Yeah.
I'm getting the security settings again.
Okay, so in this, in your settings over here, so click on accessibility, which you have. Scroll down. Scroll back up. We're going to need to check to see if this is another version of this as well. Come down to privacy and security. And in here, scroll down, keep going.
right here.
This accessibility. Go ahead and say try again. Go ahead and hit the plus. Click on the welcome tab. That's the installer though, so that's not what you're really looking for. Let's try running the installer again really quickly. Don't worry about here, go back out. Go back and run the installer from where? From your session one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, that might be the problem, is you're also running this off the server. So if you're running it off the server, go ahead and click Open the Assignments. Open System 1. You need to drag that DMG onto your desktop and run it from your desktop.
Oh, okay.
And run it there.
Close.
Yep. and go ahead and open those up. And it's in here, and now you want to enable the Wacom tablet. This is in privacy and security. So it's accessibility inside of this, so go ahead and say OK to that. And click back on this.
Accessibility?
Yes. And no, it's not going to be in there. Go back to privacy and security. And it's accessibility in here. Scroll down. First, do input monitoring.
You want me to go here?
Either you're going to have to do both of them.
Okay.
And click enable. The Wacom is enabled there, so then go back and go to input monitoring. And also turn that one on. And then, yeah, hit quit and reopen. And then finally come up to the Apple menu, system settings. And in this, scroll down to the very bottom. We're looking for what? Yep, there it is. Double click on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay. Does everybody else get this thing going? We need to figure out, for the computers that are here, there's a mismatch. So if you're doing Apple's computer, you're going to get that error. It's not going to work. We'll get it fixed, hopefully over the break. Your tablet might work even though this is grayed out. You just can't go in and modify certain parts of it, but that's all right. So how many of you have actually ever worked on a Wacom? Hang on one second. You really don't need to go through that much of that recording, do you?